So, how are things at the moment?
I've been getting very weak. If I have to go any distance, I have to use the chair. I can walk a bit, but I'm very slow, and my arms are very weak. But it's Margaret I'm worried about. Look at her. Some days it breaks my heart to see what this is doing to her.
Yes. Margaret, how are you managing?
It's been very hard. I know I should be stronger, but I can't.
I wonder, as I get worse, it's going to be harder for people to understand what I want, and I'm going to be totally dependent on them.
Sweetie, do you want some water? There you go. There you go. Slowly. That's right. Okay. It's okay. That's okay.
When I was in the palliative care unit for a few weeks, it gave Margaret a rest, and I realised that when you're at home, that there's someone there all the time. But in the palliative care unit and in the hospital, that it's not always going to be like that.
It is very hard to adjust to, but there are people there 24 hours a day, whereas Margaret has got to get some sleep at some stage. And they'll never let you get into any real trouble. Margaret, how did you find it when Bob was in respite?
Well, in some ways it was a real break, especially at night. However, Bob didn't like it, and he's not keen to go back. I don't know how much longer we can keep going at home.
Yes. Bob, what do you think about staying at home?
Naturally, I want to stay home for as long as I can. I know there'll come a time when I might have to go to the hospital, and back to the palliative care unit.
Do you think you're getting enough help at home at this stage?
There's a constant stream of people coming to our house, so I don't know if we need any more. I mean, they all want to help, but you do lose your sense of privacy, don't you?
Sounds like the two of you are under a lot of pressure at the moment. And I think we need to do something to try to help. I wonder if it might be a good time to get the OT to come back to your place and just reassess how things are and whether they can provide any extra support for you to make things easier. Bob, how would you feel if we arranged for more time in respite to help Margaret? And Margaret, it is very important that you get some rest so that you can provide help for as long as you possibly can.
What do you think, Margaret?
I'll keep it in mind, but I'm okay at the moment.